We're going to look at the explosive gold pattern that AI investors are missing. Gold has broken out to all-time highs. We can see gold has a 4-year consolidation from 2020 to 2024. Whenever you see these long, nice flat bases, and by the way, this is the weekly chart of gold. When you see these long, flat bases, when it breaks out, these are normally very smooth and very easy to get in. If you want to know how long such bases can go, you normally take the length of the base, which is about 4 years, then you multiply it by a half, and you're likely to get how long it's going to run for. So we know that since it has sat for 4 years, that means that gold is likely to move for 2 years. So it started in Feb, it's broke out in March 2024. So I really think gold is going to run up to the end of 2025. And why do I say this? I just tell you, look at history. If you're enjoying this video and want to build financial freedom using the stock market, I put together a free guide called 10 chart patterns that make money. It's based on the exact system that we use at Profit Punch, a financial newsletter and educational hub that sends you A+ stock setups where we tell you exactly when to buy and sell, and also will teach you stock trading from the ground up. These are the same patterns that our members use to catch moves like SMCI 250%, NVDA 200%, Uplavin 350%. The guide is short, visual, and beginner friendly. Just click the link in the description or pinned comment to grab your free copy. Now back to the video. Gold looks boring, but it has made some crazy moves in the past. So you can see my favorite move is here in 1970s, and it looks very similar to what we're seeing now. So it forms that nice cup and handle, and then we can see that for 2 years, from 1978 to 1980, which are the 2 years which I think we're in, gold moved up 354%. If you put in $10,000, you got $45,000 back. That's how big these moves of gold can get when it goes to all-time highs. The question is, how can you profit from gold? The first thing you can do is get a leveraged ETF. The leveraged ETF that I really love for gold is Shiny. Leveraged ETFs have a faster move upwards compared to the primary market. This is a 3 times ETF of gold, and we can see that gold has currently moved 60%. The maximum move gold did from the breakout was 60%. And 60 times 3 is about 180. But we can see that this one actually did about 220%. So it's moving faster than gold, and it's relatively safe because if we look at the average true range, it's about 7%. So it moves about 7% per day. And a good time to add to these stocks is when it pulls back to the 50-day simple moving average, or the 30-week, which is the 150-day simple moving average. You want to sign up for the newsletter, and I'll send you alerts. Then the next one is UGL, which is a ×2 ETF of gold. You can also see that it has moved almost twice the amount. Gold moves by 60. This one moved about 124. And of course, this is also relatively safe because gold itself is a very sluggish mover. It only moves about 1.5% per day. And then that's very small movement. So you can get leveraged ETFs which move like a stock normally would, and then you would be having good returns. So after 2 years, you put in your money at the beginning of 2024. Right now, after 1.5 years, you got a maximum return here of about 150%. Not only that, once gold is moving, that means you can also be looking at gold stocks. And what are those gold stocks? Of course, there's so many gold stocks, but we want to focus on the best of the best. One of the best stocks is AU. So AU is a very nice gold stock. You can see that this was a swing trade that I sent out in a newsletter. Here we can see that it's also forming a very nice base on the weekly chart. This is something very beautiful, right? And it's been taking its time. So whenever stocks form such big bases like this, then you just know that they're going to run for a very long time. This is something called an inverted head and shoulders, as we can see. Then here it kind of breaks out, returns. The time it normally will move is normally the length, half the length of the whole base, which is about 2 years. Gold is going to move for 2 years, so I think this one's also going to move for about that long. The next one is HMY. It's been doing a very good move from 2024, from when gold started moving. In February 2024, HMY has actually gone up 250%, which is way better than gold. So you can just be holding onto these gold miners and making quite a bit of profit. Then there's another one called NGD. This is also a nice gold stock, but the reason I didn't like it as much as the other ones is because it was a little bit sluggish, but it did have a nice setup and I sent out on a lot. So I think you can even see here, this was a swing trade, but also I told people that you can just hold this as an investment. So you can see a lot of people already in profit.